Hey, what's up, people? I see people in chat are talking about being addicted to Pariah, which is funny. I ain't late, Laura. I'm exactly on time. We just didn't start early today. I figure we don't need, like, a starting soon thing before we get into things, because it's just background footage the whole stream, so we can just start, and it's fine. And yes, hello, everyone. I've been playing Doom Eternal. This is the best shooter ever. And I can't stream it because I would not be able to look at chat. Ever. But I wanted to show off cool gameplay of it. So we're just gonna hang out for a while. Did I beat it yet? Yes, I have beaten the base game and the DLCs, but I have yet to do the extra stuff. I have not done the master levels, horde mode, or battle mode yet. I hear about the Guilty Gear leaks this weekend? I did not. What's going on? You finished finals today? Nice. That's cool. DMC5 or Eternal? I'd say DMC5, but I'm still playing Eternal, so give me... yeah. But I would probably say DMC5. Hello, Cocaine Raya 695. Everyone be honest. How often are you playing old Pariah videos or streams in the background? I'm actually curious. Hey, Chris Delgado. Has been a while. A lot, actually. Sometimes? Okay. You do so every time you draw or play video games? Jesus, Alpha. That's a lot. Finally having another Q&A after more than a year? No. We did like a Hangout stream with Cloudbuilt. Q&A, whatever. Ask questions. We just talk. Whatever. Do more with the VODs than the vids? Yeah, that makes sense. The VODs are good for hanging out. Hey, Cancer, thank you very much. Streaming on your shift? Well, I'm sorry. I don't know your work schedule. You love my vids and streams that much? Well, thank you very much, Alpha. I appreciate it. Just watched Godzilla -1. It was so peak. Yo, that movie is so freaking good. I love it. Merchandise when? Really no plans on doing merchandise, honestly. I wouldn't even know what I would want to do for merchandise. And also, it's stupid. I don't know. The Pariah mask? I mean, you could just get a white mask. My profile picture is just a picture of a mask that I took off the internet. You'd totally buy merch from me? See, I don't have good branding, though. Like, I got the mask, I guess, but... What, am I just gonna fucking put that on a t-shirt or something? It's just an edited picture of a mask. You found it already? Yeah, you could probably find it with a quick Google search. I will not be turned into a marketable plushie. No, I have no plan to do a plushie. I mean, I don't know. You're the ones asking for it. What would you want as merchandise if I was to do it? Thank you, Cancer. Apologies. You gotta just post your work schedule one of these days so I can stream around it. Favorite movie, Pacific Rim? Yo, that movie is pretty fucking fun. Oh yeah, the mechs in Dark Ages definitely have a Jaeger vibe to them. I don't even have a fully fledged Sona to make merchandise of. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't use, like, I can't do, like, a cartoonified version of me because I don't show me. And I don't have, like, a real avatar character to use. And I don't... like, what would I even do? Am I into the 6 Star Wars movies Lucas made? I'm into... one of the Star Wars movies that Lucas made, and 2 of them that, Irvin Kershner made. There's at least a version with disembodied hands. Honestly, I'm not entirely in love with that. Like, that was done with fan art, and I was like, hey, that's cool. So I just took it. But if I was to actually make, like, a proper pariah avatar character, I would want to do it differently. Do I enjoy comedy movies at all? You know, comedy is super hit and miss. There's a lot of comedies that I think are fucking dumb, but a good comedy, absolutely. I love Bill and Ted. That is one of my favorite friggin' movies. You want me meditating with shut up, don't think about it? Would it not have hands? No, I like the idea of, like, the floating disembodied hands, but I don't necessarily love that they're, like, you know, the classic cartoon gloves. I would want a different aesthetic for if I was going to make a proper avatar character. I've thought about it. I have ideas. I might commission someone one day to make it. Thoughts on the Ancient Gods DLC? I really liked it. First DLC was insanely hard. Second one, less hard, but still enjoyed. The last boss of the second DLC was terrible. What would the hands look like then? Spoilers. I have ideas, don't worry. Makes me look like a Rayman character? It does, definitely. But I don't want to be a Rayman character. I want to be the pariah. I don't like 5 phases of a big Marauder. That's the thing. It's just like a slightly tougher Marauder, but not even that much tougher. Like a possessed Marauder is way harder. Dragonclaw, thank you. The only thing Pariah can do merchandise on is his profile picture right now, and it's a mask, that's it. Exactly. Like, I don't have anything that I could even use for merchandise. But also, I kind of just think merchandise is stupid. Like, for a YouTube channel of a guy that just talks about video games. Like, making merchandise of me is strange. Do I like Dragon Quest? Never played it. Do something out of my catchphrases? I guess I have catchphrases? I mean, I haven't tried to deliberately make catchphrases, but I probably say the same shit over and over, because I'm speaking off the cuff in all my videos. Most YouTube merch is ugly and corny. I agree with that. I mean, honestly, part of the reason that I'm, like, not interested in doing merch is because merchandise to me, I don't know. Unless you're, like, doing something actually cool, a lot of merchandise just comes off to me as, like, feeding into the over-consumerism of our world, where it's like, just make worthless garbage and make people want it. I don't remember the ultimate Pariah catchphrase. That was just for the Zelda stream. Now be a good little consumer. I mean, I'm not, because I don't buy, like, merchandise and shit. I have 0 posters or figurines or anything of shit that I like. The only merchandise I have of stuff is t-shirts. That's because, like, well, I gotta buy clothes, so I get clothes of shit I like, and it serves a double purpose that way. What do I put on my walls? Acoustic panels to help with the microphone recording. No plushies? No, I have no plushies. My room must look like an asylum. A little bit. Oh my god, Alpha. Thank you for becoming a supporter. Boring ass motherfucker. Well, I've talked about this before, Laura. Rather than buy, like, a figurine of a character from my favorite video game, I'd rather spend that money on more video games. That is a much better way to spend my money, in my opinion. Bright has the ideal male living space. I do have a pretty nice setup with my my monitor and my computer and everything. Pretty good. How's my Switch 2 video doing? I mean, it's kind of flattened out, as to be expected. I don't really like making videos like that, not just because of the backlash, but like that's a very, you know, how do I say it? It's like a topical video, which means that it will also stop being relevant, you know, with time. And most of my videos, I generally feel, are kind of, like, evergreen, and I prefer making videos like that, you know? Trending topic-focused videos are the ones that always fall the fuck off. Exactly. Like, in 2 years, those Switch videos are gonna be worthless and no one will care. But in 2 years, like, my video on the story of Wind Waker still has value, you know? What is it about Sonic is timeless? Yeah, stuff like that. Or a lot of my discussion videos, you know? How pinball influenced Sonic, or a bunch of shit. And I just prefer to make videos like that. Probably gonna be the least viewed videos in 2 years. Well, outside of like older stuff that nobody watched. But yeah. Ivy the Kiwi is timeless. I mean, I think that's a, you know, it's just a video talking about the game. So in that sense, sort of. You'd rather not have a life-size Rouge plushie because Gooners don't deserve to be happy? Oh my god. Calling out Laura like that. I could be a pointless news channel and make a video every time he says something about Sonic. I could do that. I could. But I'm not gonna. You know, the channel's not been doing very well lately. It's kinda dying, to be honest. But I would rather that than I fucking start making stupid garbage videos. Do I have any writing advice? I mean, sure, but I don't even know, like, what level you're at. What kind of advice do you need? The easiest #1 advice, and it sounds fucking stupid and not helpful, but it's true, at any skill level when it comes to writing, if you want to become a better writer, write a lot. Your noob level? Okay, Okay, noob level, here's a good piece of advice. Write a goddamn outline. I know you don't wanna, because you just want to get to the writing. Write a goddamn outline. It'll make your writing a lot better. Work on your prose, everyone's prose sucks. Definitely that. My prose sucks, because I don't work on it. You don't know how to get started with an outline? Well, what I normally do when I'm coming up with a story is you kind of start with, like, your big idea. Oh my god, Enrica, thank you. Will I make a best way to play Zelda? Possibly. We'll see. I want to try out those patches for the DS games that make them playable without touch. We'll see from there. Anyway. what I do when I'm coming up with a story is I have, like, the high-level idea of what I want to do, you know, the concepts, and then from there, I think about what are, like, the major moments, the major scenes, the major developments in the story that, like, definitely need to be there as, like, those critical junctures. And then, kind of like an animator, you do the keyframes, and then you do the in-betweens. You start to fill out, okay, we have these key scenes, how do we get from this scene to that scene? Fill that out with other events along the way. And then as you do that, new stuff will come in, you can insert that in places when it becomes appropriate. That's how I generally go about it. And you just keep on filling in between, until you have the whole thing. You treat every prize stream as a Q&A to some extent? I mean, a lot of people do, and that's fine. I just mean I'm not playing a game this stream. We're just hanging out. An outline is what I did for Shadow Apocalypse? No, I didn't do an outline for that. That's just, like, ideas, basically. An outline is, like, you list off all the scenes and everything that's going to happen in all of the scenes to, like, very explicitly lay out how the story is going to go. How much each month do I spend on games? Not really very much, honestly. I don't buy games, like, that frequently, mostly because I have a giant backlog of stuff already. You only have outlines in your head and follow that? Yeah, see that? Don't do that. Write your outline out. Because then you can look at this story in its entirety and re-examine everything and see what you can do to improve things or fix problems, and it's just better. Oh yeah, this fight, I remember being super difficult and taking me forever. Dragonclaw, thank you again. Do I play any free-to-play games? You play Halo Infinite Warframe? Yeah, I play free-to-play games. Marvel Rivals most recently. TF2. That's free to play. And probably other things that I can't think of at the moment. Yes, absolutely, deck card. That's another important thing, I would say, for an early writer, is cut everything, actually. You want to keep everything, but if you really examine what any given, like, scene or character even, or moment, or anything, how does it play a larger role in the overall progression of the story? And if it doesn't do anything, get rid of it. And if it doesn't do a lot, you can probably adjust it. Generally, ideally, you want as many of your scenes as possible to be forwarding as many of your story threads as possible. Don't just have an entire scene dedicated to giving one piece of information or focusing on one character or one story thread. I mean, sometimes that can work if that's like what you want to focus on for that particular scene, but generally, you can find ways to do multiple things at the same time and the audience won't even notice. Where'd the username Prize695 come from, and what about the mask avatar? I'll talk about that in a video one day, I think. I think it would be an interesting little story. Do chill scenes where characters retrospect on what happened thus far count? I mean, I would generally say that something like that is not necessary unless that is serving some sort of purpose to reframe things, or it's establishing, like, character bond stuff, or it's doing something. If it's literally just the characters talking about what's already happened in the story, that's completely pointless. The audience already knows what happened in the story because they've been going through it. That's why, like, if you ever watch, like, a show or something where, like, one character goes off on their own and they discover this crazy new piece of information when they, like, get back to the group, we usually don't watch them explain everything. They just cut to after they're done explaining. People go, I see, okay, this is a problem we gotta deal with. Because the audience doesn't need to sit through that. How about a video about how games interfere with stories? I thought about that. Like, I feel like the way that a lot of games tell story, they don't, they do it in a way where the game actually kind of detracts for the story. Games can be very powerful storytelling tools. The best, some would argue, as I would. But, you know, a lot of games, it's like game and story are very separate, you know? Where it's like game, cutscene, game, cutscene. And in that sense, you're basically just watching a movie while you play a game, and the two aren't necessarily feeding into each other in a meaningful way, and that's where the game could actually kind of get in the way a little bit of appreciating the story. Which is fine for some games if it's not, like, a big focus. Co-op Sony exclusives. Well, in the case of those games, the game itself is like an afterthought. I feel like that topic has been done to death. Probably has been. I'm actually more interested in doing a video potentially about how I just think the games don't need to have stories, like, at all. Like, I feel like the whole... The way the video games started going with, like, RPGs and, like, kind of the direction of, like, the 90s and into, like, the 2000s, games, like, becoming an experience really became the focus, because some games started to do that, and it was really compelling, and so it just kind of became the thing you do with your game. But, like, an example I really want to point to is something like Left 4 Dead. You know, Left 4 Dead has no progression, it has no unlocks, it has no, like, anything. Like, you don't have to even beat the game. There's no, like, complete the first campaign to unlock the second, and then you beat them all, and you beat the game, and you get to the ending. Left 4 Dead is just like, here's all the stuff in the game, play whatever you want. You can play any difficulty, any level, any mode, anything at any time, and it's just, like, have fun, you know? And I like that approach. Of just treating the game like a game. And I feel like not enough games do it. And some games would benefit from it more because, like, not to say that you can't have a story in a game, because obviously I like story in games, but I like stories that are, like, actually worthwhile. And I feel like a lot of games, they put a story in there because you're supposed to, because people like story in games. And then they end up telling a completely worthless story that's not actually, like, not even worth paying attention to. So, you might as well not even have one at that point. Either tell a real story or don't tell a story is how I feel about it. And part of that comes from, as a lot of things for me, like, when I compare video games to board games, it's like, that's how board games are. The vast majority of board games have no story. They have, like, a theme. Like, in this game, you play as people trying to build a farm. That's the story. Now here's all these systems of resource management and whatever. Can't wait for Doom the Dark Ages, same. And having now replayed 2016 and playing Eternal, fuck, man. I mean, I still love 2016, but I feel like it would be hard to go back to after playing Eternal. This game is unbelievably good. Yeah, Deckard, I don't like that either. I actually, in the video, when I talk about the Doom games, I want to talk about the tutorials in Doom Eternal. I think they're super good, because they don't, like, waste your time. They don't treat you like a baby, where they're like, use the right stick to move the camera. They don't do that. They give you relevant and important information in the most concise and effective way possible. It's just like, here's a new enemy type you've never seen before. Here's their weak point. Here's how you deal with it. Boom, go. Like, perfect. That's all you need. They don't overwhelm you with a ton of information. They dole it out, and they give it to you very efficiently. Oh, hey, Marius, what's up? Yeah, finally playing Doom Eternal for the first time. This is the best shooter I've ever played. Single-player shooter, at least. You know, multiplayer shooters are a very different beast. I would hate Kojima's games then. Well, I played MGS5, and I really, really enjoyed that. I love Ultra Kill too. I'm sure I will. It's just I'm always behind the times. I mean, Eternal came out, what, 5 years ago, and I'm just getting to it now? You think Eternal's gameplay is too lock and key, personally? I've seen people complain about that. How, like, there are specific, like, counters to certain enemy types, and thus, like, the game, quote-unquote, like, wants you to do things this or that way. Well, you don't have to do that. Like, enemies do have weak points, and they do have weapons that are more effective against them, but you still have many, many options for how to deal with basically every single moment of gameplay in Doom Eternal. That's literally its biggest complaint. Yeah, and I don't agree with it. Like, you'll watch through my gameplay here. This is all my first playthrough, and this is all gameplay up to and including the second DLC. Like, I don't always, like, shoot a grenade into a Cacodemon's mouth. Sometimes I just kill it. Because you're not always gonna do the most, like, efficient thing when you're in the chaos of it. And also, I just like to vary it up for the sake of it, because I'm a character action nut, and just doing things in the cool, fun way is often what I like to do. I feel like Doom Eternal is the best tutorial in gaming. It's really good. Yeah, I mean, look at this. On these Revenants. Like, I'm not blowing off their cannons. You don't have to. Sometimes I blow off the cannons, sometimes I don't. What do I think of piracy? It seems like a very divisive topic. I mean, I generally don't like to pirate most of the time. As someone that wants to be an artist and a creator myself and wants to make a living off of it, you know, I respect other people trying to do the same thing, and I want to support them if they make good stuff. But especially with old shit, it's like, okay, well, fuck you with your Nintendo Switch Online to play old games. I'm not doing that. Go fuck yourself. Dragonclaw, thank you. Have I played Titanfall 2? Titanfall 2 is also one of my favorite shooters ever. That's one of my favorite multiplayer shooters. That game is insane. What are my thoughts on the M64 Majora's Mask Recompile project? Super cool. Yeah, I did mess around with it. It's awesome. Yeah, exactly, Marius. Like, while there are, like, good options that are technically, like, optimal or whatever, just like a character action game, it's very similar to, like, a DMC or whatever, in its approach to combat design of just, like, do whatever. Every option is viable in any situation, generally. I mean, when you look at my gameplay, like, I'm switching across my entire arsenal of weapons constantly. You know, like the shield guys, and like, oh, plasma will blow up their shield, or you can blood punch them, or you can chainsaw them, or you can shoot a grenade behind them, or you can use the rocket remote detonate behind them, or you can use the like wave attack from the ballista and just blast right through their shield. Like, you have so many ways you can deal with these things. I feel like people saying that the game is too restrictive or lock and key or whatever is just like, maybe it's just people not used to these kinds of things in games, you know? Like, as a character action nut, I'm just, like in Doom 2016, people complain that you can get away with just super shotgunning everything, which is true. But I didn't play Doom 2016 that way anyway, because it's more fun to use everything. I love Doom Hunters, by the way. They're probably my favorite enemy type in the game. I think they're so much fun to fight. Favorite way to deal with shield guys is meat hook? Yeah, that's another option. Meat hook, get around behind him. Or just get around behind him in general. See, that's the thing, Turtle. I'm okay with being late to stuff because it means I don't have to, like, wait for things. Like, I got to play Doom Eternal and all of its DLC and post-launch content all at once. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Still haven't played even the first one, but when I do, I'll have the whole thing. Do I like Sokobans? I don't know what that is. I've heard that term before, but it's not conjuring anything in my mind right now. How do I like my steak cooked? Medium rare. That's how I like all my meat. I like it juicy. Any similar vibes from Doomslayer and Shadow the Hedgehog, the characters? I don't know and I don't care. I'll be honest, I did not pay any attention to the story of these Doom games, because what the fuck ever. My streams are always the highlight of your night. Thank you, S-Danger. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that I can provide you something to look forward to. Yeah, Marius, I'm kind of with you on that. Like, I don't care about the story, but there are, like, cool, fun moments in there. Which I think that's really all I care about, is just, like, cool shit for you to kill or punch, or cool places to go to, and cool little, like, memorable set-piece moments. It's been half an hour already? I know. And we're still in, like, early game footage. This is only, like, the 3rd level of the game. Like, you haven't seen anything. Like, wait till we get, like, close to the full arsenal, and I start actually getting good at the game. Because as you'll watch throughout this gameplay, not only do I get more tools, I get much better at the game. What you understand from Doom is that you murder people and enjoy it. Are you misunderstanding the story? Well, they're demons, so it's okay. How much storage space do I have? I have a 2 terabyte SSD on my gaming PC. Any thoughts on the new Pope being American? Thank you, Enrica. No. I am not religious, and I don't fucking care. What games from the Switch 2 Direct am I most excited about? You know, the big ones generally. DK, Mario Kart, the Souls game, the Dusk Bloods, I remembered what it's called. Metroid Prime 4, yeah, Kirby Air Ride 2, all that stuff. Have I ever read stories that don't use their aesthetics and locales to the fullest? Probably, but I can't really think of anything at the moment. Chris Delgado, thank you. What resolution, aspect ratio, and panel type is my monitor? It's a 4K, 16 by 9. I don't like ultra wide. I like 16 by 9, and it's an IPS panel. How can I not be religious when I'm fighting demons? Like, I'm fighting the demons because it's fun. I've also been a demon before, in Demon Turf. I was actually talking with Telekinestic Man about this game, because I know he's such a nut for it, and I'm finally playing it. And it's funny that this game, both in terms of gameplay design, but also just general, like, what it's about, is quite similar to Devil May Cry. Like, it's a crazy, awesome, fast-paced action game where you have a million options and you can be really creative and do cool shit. And you're fucking badass killing demons. And you mop the floor with them and turn them into a joke. Like, when is the Devil May Cry Doom crossover? That's what I want to see. You would recommend OG FF7 for full story? I'm really just not interested in playing FF7, though. Like, that kind of super traditional JRPG does not interest me in the slightest. Do I plan on converting to OLED anytime soon? Not anytime soon. One day, probably, when it's not ridiculously expensive. But no, I'm very happy with the monitor I have. It's really, really nice. Ever played AQ Worlds? I've never heard of that. Again, I'm gonna love Ultra Kill. It's full of DMC references and a style meter. I know, I've seen gameplay of it. I know I'm gonna love it. But I also generally like to wait for games to get full releases. I don't like to play early access stuff. Is 16 gigabytes of RAM good for gaming in general? Usually that's probably enough for most games. Some, like, games that have shitty PC ports might demand more. I have 32 gigs of RAM, but 16 gigs is fine for most stuff. You're doing a DMC2 playthrough out of sick, twisted curiosity. You got stuck in a room and quit. Good. Good for you. You made the responsible choice. Yeah, that's correct, Dragonclaw. I'm just not interested in that kind of game. Like, Expedition 33 just does absolutely nothing for me. I feel zero desire to play that. DMC2 stream? We might do that at some point. Maybe. Yeah, Marius. A lot of people have stuck with 1440. I wanted to go to 4K because, you know, the consoles now are 4K capable, so I wanted to, you know, take full advantage of what they can do. Which is why I sprung for it. But I often do play a lot of games at 1440 to get those higher frame rates, you know, up to 144. Because only, like, older games can I run... well, I guess it depends on the game. Like this I can run at 4K 144 perfectly. This game is super well optimized. But some games do not run as well if you try to run them at 4K. It's actually kind of crazy how well this game runs. Even with ray tracing on, it still runs amazingly. I plan on making videos on the DMC series eventually, when I feel like going back to playing them again. Hope Doom the Dark Age is just as optimized? I'm sure it will be. I have no doubts. I think a Digital Foundry video came out today for it, so you'll probably find out. 4K only makes sense if you plan to do things other than gaming, in your opinion? I mean, I don't know. I play games at 4K. They look real good. It's very noticeable. Do I hold the opinion that arcade design philosophy is best for action games? I mean, it depends what you mean when you say arcade design philosophy. Because, like, arcadey games is a very loose term of what that even means when we're not talking about actual old arcade games. What board games am I playing lately? Actually haven't played board games much in a while because I've been doing the role-playing game with my friends, and that's kind of taken the place of our board game nights. I do want to get more board game nights going again, though. Just hard to get people together that often when we're also doing the RPG. What do I eat for breakfast? Well, today I had eggs, sausage, and potatoes, and it was very good. Do I eat McDonald's? Yes. From time to time. Sometimes I feel sick afterwards, but I like it. I should stream Dark Ages so you can experience it secondhand. Probably not going to happen. Because I'm sure it will also be incredibly difficult and intense and fast-paced, and I will not be able to look at chat. Also, I want to just experience the game for myself. Thank you, Dragonclaw. I can thank the id Engine for this performance. Yeah, I know. Their tech team, super impressive. By the way, in all this gameplay, I'm mainly just showing the, like, big combat arena encounters, but it's not always just non-stop giant arenas filled with enemies, and waves of them just go. You know, you got the exploration in between, you got the, like, enemies just kind of laying around in smaller encounters, The game is just really fun, really well paced. It's like everything I want out of a game. Like, don't fill it with stupid crap. There's no mini games. There's no fucking dumb shit. There are, like, parts where, like, you get in this big cannon to, like, shoot things, and in any other fucking game, you know that would be some terrible, like, turret section, and they just don't do that. It's just a cutscene. You need to blow something up with a big gun, and they don't make you pull the trigger to do it, because they're like, that's not gameplay. This game is just everything I want. Yeah, Marius, I'm with you. I don't know, maybe people just don't like platforming. You know, we're platforming nuts as well, so... Yeah, I like the platforming in this game. It's pretty basic, but it's also not a platformer, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. It's better than, like, some platformers. One day we can curve trends into people reading books and being constructive. No, that's not gonna happen. Do I use the gyroscope to aim? Not most of the time, because I'm usually playing stuff on PC with an Xbox controller. But I do like gyro aim. I wish they'd fucking put a gyroscope in a goddamn Xbox controller. See? See, you don't always have to fucking shoot the grenade in the Caco Demon's mouth. You can just kill them also. Am I using controller for this? Yeah, I'm playing on controller right now. I tried this on keyboard and mouse, but I found weapon switching really awkward because you have like 12 fucking things that you need to do, so hitting all those number keys was awkward, and I don't have enough buttons on my mouse for it. So I find weapon switching more comfortable on the controller. And also, in general, I prefer, actually, to play shooters on controller. It's more comfortable for me. Ultimate 2 has gyro aim, and it's pretty good. I'll have to look into it. I've had kind of bad experiences with third-party controllers in the past, so I usually just stick with Xbox these days, because their controllers are very solid. Although, I don't know if anyone else has had this experience. Don't get the Elite Series controllers. They are junk. I have bought 2 Elite Series controllers, the original and then Series 2. Both of them broke within 1 year. Less than a year for me. They're really, really nice, but their durability is fucking terrible. What about PS5? I don't have a PS5, so I don't have a controller. But I generally don't like PlayStation controllers. I don't like the stick layout. I like the offset sticks on Xbox. Oh yeah, I think this is past the point in the game where I stopped using extra lives. How does anyone else feel about extra lives in this game? Because I really disliked it. Coming right off of playing 2016, I felt that it made the game just way too forgiving. Because in 2016, like, the shit was hard. Like, if you made 3 mistakes, you died. And the extra lives just give you a get-out-of-jail-free card. You can make 3 mistakes, and then the game says, it's okay, keep going. And, like, you know, I was doing the combat pretty well, so I wasn't dying, like, every encounter, so I could stock up, like, 5 lives, and then when I did get to a hard encounter, I could just, like, bumblefuck my way through it, and it felt completely unsatisfying. So, after, like, the 3rd level in the game, I just stopped picking up extra lives, and I enjoyed it a lot more, because then, when I fucked up in an encounter, I had to pay the price for it and do it over and get good to be able to clear it for realsies. Xbox controller have a 7 to 11 millisecond delay wired, while 8BitDo has 1 millisecond delay. Oh, interesting. I've never actually thought about that, controllers themselves having input delay. But yeah, that probably is a thing, based on, like, their firmware. God damn it, now I gotta do research on that. Thanks, Marius. You thought I didn't like lives? You thought they were bad design? Yeah, and I'm saying I don't like the extra lives in this, and I stopped using them. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, Natasha, I'm like that too. I don't know how the fuck you talk and play this game at the same time, because it's the most fucking intense thing I've ever played in my life. That's actually not true. I have played more intense games than this, but it's one of the most intense things I've ever played. I did feel at a certain point, though, that once you get in, like, the rhythm and the groove of this game, it's actually not that hard to stay alive, most of the time, I felt. Why aren't we tingling with Tingle? Because the game got bad. Yeah, Marius, I do know about that stuff. I've never had a problem with drift on controllers, though, so that's not, like, a huge priority for me. Even my Joy-Cons on my Switch. I mean, to be fair, I barely use them because I use a Pro Controller, but my Joy-Cons are still good. Oh yeah, this is probably my favorite level in the game, by the way. I love how, rather than having a lot of, like, big combat room encounters, it's just, like, a constant push forward through just a barrage of enemies as you just keep on progressing through the buildings in the complex. So cool, so much fun. It's just non-stop action for really extended periods of time. It's so awesome. Do I think Naoto Oshima and Takashi Iizuka would make good mangakas? Oshima, maybe? I don't know about Iizuka. I assume he can't draw, because he's not an artist, and as a writer, he's only done Shadow the Hedgehog, which was a giant fucking mess, as far as I know. I like pushing forward constantly with non-stop action. Try a shmup. I just don't like the gameplay of shmups. Doom Eternal or Titanfall 2, Pry in the chat. Well, the thing is, I wouldn't really even pit them against each other, because I love Doom Eternal for the single player, and I'm generally not a fan of shooter single players. Like Titanfall 2, I don't like the campaign there. I thought it was boring. I love the multiplayer of Titanfall 2. So it's like comparing Titanfall 2 multiplayer to Doom Eternal single player. I'm like, I mean, they're both fucking awesome. I mean, I've obviously just played this game, and I still got more stuff to play, whereas I put hundreds of hours into Titanfall 2, so I'd probably say that, but I need more time. Thoughts on Eternal soundtrack? Really good. I feel like 2016 had more iconic tracks. Like, I couldn't really tell you any of the music from Eternal besides, like, the main menu theme. Whereas, like, 2016 has a lot of, like, iconic riffs in there. Like, I think of, like, BFG Division. I'm like, fuck yeah. That music is so sick. But again, it's also probably that I've played 2016 more. There's a Slayer v Slayer mod for this game? Ooh. Maybe Telekinetic Man and I can go at each other. That'd be kind of cool. Dusk has your favorite soundtrack for a boomer? I've not played Dusk, but I want to give it a try. I want to try getting more into boomer shooters. You know, Doom has me in a bit of a mood for that right now. Hey, Super Crim. Chatting's been going good. Didn't he write Superstars? Oh, yeah, he did. I forgot about that. I mean, Superstars is not a whole lot either. And it's not conveyed super well. If I don't like old Doom or Quake, you don't think I like Dust? See, I was kind of thinking that too. Like, I don't actually like a lot of old school shooters, but also a lot of games like that I find these days are like, we're homaging the games we loved when we were kids and making them way better than they actually were back then. So I wonder if maybe that's the case with something like a Dusk. Like, is Dusk actually better than, like, Quake and shooters like that? Because I wouldn't be surprised if so. Why is Outer Wilds so special? Can't pick it up right now, so you're asking to see if you'll like it in the future. I can't really tell you. What I'll tell you is that it is the most profound piece of art I have ever encountered in my entire life of any kind. That's all I'm gonna say, actually. You'd recommend Turbo Overkill? I'm gonna play Turbo Overkill. Everyone's always telling me about that game, like I don't know about it. I know, I just haven't played it yet. Is Outer Wilds scary? It has some scary parts, but in general, no. The game is very relaxed. But there are a couple parts here and there where they try to be a little creepy. Try not to glaze Outer Wilds impossible. Play it for yourself, and you'll know why it's impossible. Oh yeah, I remember this fight being pretty hard. Taking a while. Yeah, you're just seeing my successful attempts. You're not seeing all the deaths that led up to these runs. Like jump scares? No, there's no jump scares in Outer Wilds, but there's like creepy ambience and some scary things you find sometimes. Hey, Rainier, I think your profile pic is fine. Trip. She's cute. I like Trip. She is, unfortunately, underappreciated in the Sonic community, in my opinion. But, it is what it is. It's what happens when you're a classic character, and most Sonic fans don't like classic shit. Thoughts on New Pope? Not religious, don't care. You hate Outer Wilds, you want to draw fan art, but you can't look up references? Well, you want to draw fan art of a game you haven't even played yet? Outer Wilds 2 got announced a few months ago. Dragonclaw, are you thinking of Outer Worlds 2? I know it's confusing, because those games have similar titles and they came out around the same time, but Outer Worlds is not Outer Wilds. The developers are working on a new game, obviously, but, I highly doubt it's going to be Outer Wilds 2. You can't really do a sequel to that. Did I play Undertale? I watched a playthrough of it. I have not actually played it for myself. But, like, the writing and shit in Undertale is excellent. Well, Laura, they say that because they don't like classic shit. So they're like, okay, but what if this character was in the version of Sonic that I like? Then I'd be able to like the character. Don't want to be associated with Sonic forever? You want to be more original? Well, let me tell you, Rainier, that's not easy. Undertale stream? Fuck no. That community is annoying as hell. Oh yeah, Super Cream, I did check out Slay the Princess. It looks interesting. I might stream that game in the future one day. Have I seen Indie Cross? I don't know what that is. I should not stream story games? I disagree, S-Danger. I think that some of the story games we have played on stream have been some of the best streams we've done. Catherine and Stanley Parable are some of my favorite streams. That's why I made emotes of them. By the way, Alpha, you have access to the emotes now. Go nuts. You're willing to bet you're not the only person who made that mistake? No, I'm sure you're probably not. Indie Cross is an FNF mod based on indie games? Well, that would be why I haven't heard of it, because I don't care about FNF. No, you got a good profile picture. The walnut from PVZ is good. Bigler Stanleries. Goodbye Bariki emoji. Yeah, I took that one out because the Tingle game kind of went downhill. So I'm like, I don't know if I really want an emote from that game anymore. What a shame. What storefront do I primarily buy games on? Steam. That's where the vast majority of my library is. Do I ever watch reactions to my videos? No, not really. Yeah, that's why I'm not really interested in it, Kelps, FNF, because it is like the most fucking basic ass rhythm game you've ever seen in your life, and I'm not really interested in it. Do I ever use Switch Pro Controller on Steam? It doesn't detect for me. I've tried using it, but it doesn't work. I don't know what's going on there. Have I played any Half-Life games? Actually, no. I've never played a Half-Life game. I've been meaning to forever, but y'all know how I am about getting around to things. Oh, I remember this combat encounter. This is a really fun one. Have I ever tried to be an artist? Not, like, seriously. But I like to draw as a kid. I'm, like, not great at drawing or anything, but I can do better than, like, stick people, at the very least. Do I have a CRT monitor? No, I don't care about any of that. I like games. I'm not interested in the flawed technology that they were displayed on back then. Or are there eyes flashing on screen? That was the power-up I picked up. You see, like, Doom Guy's face reflected in the visor when you pick up the power-ups. Can I draw hands? Probably no. I mean, I've never studied, like, anatomy, so I can't do, like, realistic-looking stuff very well. I normally, when I did draw, I was doing, like, more stylized stuff. Can I draw my profile picture? Yeah, I think I could manage that one, to be honest. To connect Switch controllers to PC wirelessly, you need an adapter? Well, I just tried plugging it in. That wasn't working. I've ever bought an art book? Yes. I guess talking about merch before. I guess I have bought art books, but I don't really consider them merchandise, because you're buying art from an artist. That's the content, you know? No, Laura, I'm right there with you about clickbait, YouTube thumbnails or titles. Anytime I see one, I almost instinctively, on principle, say, do not recommend this channel. You beat every single one of my Penny's Big Breakaway times. I should pick up the slack. I haven't played since the game came out. Give me a break. What do people say? Blaze rival to Sonic? I mean, she definitely is in terms of her role in Sonic Rush. I know it's not technically like a rivalry, but you know, it's the trope. There's people with similar abilities and they go against each other and it's cool and it's a Sonic thing. Shut up. Feel like Master Level is the best part of the game? I haven't played any yet. I'm probably going to play some tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Do I like One Piece? I did back in the day, but not really anymore these days. I appreciate it, but I'm just not really into battle shonen like that anymore. I should stream the new mode from Salmon Run. Maybe? I don't know. Splatoon streams haven't done super well. Am I even into anime anymore? I mean, I still like it, but I haven't really watched anime seriously in a long time. I did recently watch The Wind Rises for the first time. Trying to catch up on my Ghibli before my trip to Japan. I watched that with my girlfriend. It was okay. I didn't really like it that much. I should watch some OVAs. I've watched a couple OVAs here and there. I'm a fake weeb now? Yes. Yeah, I knew this was coming when I said that. Pariah has a girlfriend, fake Sonic fan. Look at that. Some of the text is cut off there. Hold on. There you go. Girlfriend, what about Mikester? I'm sorry, everyone. You know I had a GF? Well, I was intentionally not mentioning it, but I decided, fuck it, whatever. Do I do any sports? No. I was doing swordsmanship for a while, but I haven't done that for quite a while. Congrats, I didn't make it alone before I turned 30. Thank you. I don't have a girlfriend, it's just a pillow of Miku. No, man, that's what I was saying before. I don't buy merchandise. Finally beat the incel allegations. Yeah, I've been debating for a while whether or not I want to mention that on stream, because, you know, that's like personal life stuff, and I don't want it to turn into a weird parasocial thing, but I'm like, what? It's not that big of a deal, whatever. Fuck it. Wait, I actually have a girl? Yes, I actually have a girlfriend, yes. Yeah, I don't want it to be a weird pariah social thing. I just need to take my schizo meds and she'll go away. Damn. I have a lot to learn to become a Miku fan. Hey, I'll have you know that I have played Miku rhythm games and gone to a Miku concert. What more does it take to be a Miku fan? The fact that I have a girlfriend means I have fully split from the Sonic fandom. That's funny. Just have to show her my Sonic videos that it's gone. She knows about the Sonic videos. Sonic is woman repellent. I mean, yes. Thank you, Shoebill Stan. Yeah, thanks everyone. Most of the times I talked about relationship-related stuff, do I personally make it sound like I didn't have a GF? Yeah. Because, you know, I just don't want to bring my personal life into the channel stuff too much, you know? My friends and family never asked to be part of my bullshit. So I just wanted to keep that to myself, but whatever. After I left Sonic, I touched grass enough to get a GF. The stream chats are too weird to show the fam. Yeah, it's good that none of my family members watch the streams, because they'd be repulsed at the things we talk about here. The chat instantly changed after I mentioned it. Yeah, I knew that would happen. Oh, by the way, I like the new profile picture, Kelps. What is my hated demon in Doom Eternal? I mean, these fucking things are annoying. I don't remember what they're called, but the snake bitches, they are a pain in the fucking ass. Whiplash? Yeah. Those things. Is there anyone I know in real life that watches? Yeah, one of my friends watches. He's actually sometimes in the streams. I've mentioned it before. I'm not going to say who it is. Can you all figure out who the inside man is? Who's Pariah's IRL friend? There's a traitor amongst you all. Laura was a joke. Calm down. And I didn't even want to say it. Laura's the GF confirmed. Careful, Sophie. She might ban you for saying that. In hindsight, it's even funnier now. They're gonna get all parasocial and ask for the GF reveal. I know, they are. Have I played Fear? No. Is polyamorous, actually? No, I'm not. Actually, you know what? These things. I've got what these enemies are called. Those might be my most hated enemy. Some of the fucking DLCs, you have encounters with these things possessed, and they are the most fucking annoying goddamn thing. 2 plot twists in one day. What, my friend is in the stream sometimes? I've mentioned that before. Barons of Hell? No, that's not a Baron of Hell. I forget what those are called. Never do the shit other streamers do of bringing their GFs to the streams. The chat will become some insane haters. Yeah, and she wouldn't even want that anyway. Like I said, none of my friends or family asked to get involved with my fucking YouTube bullshit. The non-existent Pariah fangirls would be really upset. Hey, I got fangirls. There's a lot of girls in this stream right now as we speak. I have not seen beauty until I play a fast game on a CRT. Well, CRTs can't go up to 144 hertz, so I'm good. How far have I gotten with Mega Man? I haven't started. You're a Pariah fangirl and you're not even a girl? Hey, nothing wrong with that. No one says you can't be a fangirl. Start with Gunvolt. I've already played Gunvolts 1, 2, and the first Luminous Avenger X. I really do actually want to do a full series video on that one day, because I really, really like those games a lot. Was this like a recent thing, or I just hit it? What, the girlfriend? No, I've just not been talking about it, because I didn't want to. Someone said you were a Pariah worshiper because you don't like silver that much. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's not the reason you're a Pariah worshiper. Let me tell you about Mega Man, the 4th NES game is so good. I'm sure it is. I'll find out when I play it. You want me to do a story video criticizing that? I don't know if I would do a full story video, but I do actually kind of like the Gunvolt like characters and like story setups and shit, because it is the most anime ass shit ever, and I'm kind of there for it. I love how stupidly cliche and anime it is. How'd I get a GF where I said I'm not a romantic lovey-dovey guy? Well, she's not either. Do I claw on controller? Oh yeah. I claw basically non-stop. I mean, look at my gameplay. You can see I'm jumping around and aiming at the same time. Dashing, jumping, aiming. I actually, probably when I do the Doom video, because it is so important to Doom Eternal, I probably will show off, like, record video of my hands while I'm playing to show, claw grip. Because I was thinking about doing a whole video on it, but people have done that before, so I don't feel the need to do it. But I would like to just talk about it, and, like, how critical it is for certain types of games. I play FPS on controller. Yeah, I find controller more comfortable, personally. I can aim better with a mouse, obviously, but I just like the feel of a controller more. Because, yeah, in a game like this, like, you need to be moving and aiming at the same time. It is... I don't think this game is possible without claw grip, unless you switch to, like, bumper jumper or something. Pariah social chat, foaming at the mouth at the possibility of a hand reveal. Oh god, this combat encounter took me so fucking long to do. This one took me like an hour and a half. It's so fucking hard. And this is before I really kind of figured out how to beat Marauders. So it was giving me a fucking nightmare. And FPS on controller and FPS on controller heresy. Also Zedgar. I turn off aim assist. I don't like aim assist in single-player shooters. I'd rather do it myself. So this is all controller with no aim assist. I'm pretty good. I can do it. I mean, I play, like, competitive multiplayer games on PC, on controller, and I can still come out, like, top of leaderboards. You can't stand shooters on controller, man? See, like, aiming is better with a mouse, but I just find, like, the control layout of a controller way better than a keyboard, personally. You seen people beat Marauder in seconds? Yeah, you'll see that later on, when I figure out how to fight Marauders properly. Alright, Big Dick Gamer King. I mean, I don't do it to be cool. I just do it because that's how I have fun. Can't play shooters with control unless there's gyro? I mean, I would definitely prefer gyro if it was an option. That makes you way more accurate. But I can do without it. You'll see when I get later and there's more of those maker things and you gotta headshot them a bunch. I'm able to do it on the move with, like, the rifle or the, ballista. I always forget the fucking weapon names in this game. And I can do it, no problem. If I'm playing on Steam, I can set up gyro, but my controller doesn't have gyro. So I couldn't if I wanted to. You need to know my political alignments so you can answer people because you've never had one before. You need to adopt my opinion. This is funny. Thoughts on the ting made by the guy? Not very good, honestly. A DualShock supremacy? No DualShock supremacy. I do not like the DualShock. I'm a communist. That was revealed in the Switch 2 videos. Yeah, I got some stupid comments from that. It was like, when I said that capitalism will lead to the end of human civilization, people were like, you know, video games only exist because of capitalism, right? I'm like, yeah. That doesn't mean they're not gonna lead to the end of human civilization. Or it's not gonna lead. Whatever. Thoughts on realistic graphics in games? Eh. I prefer stuff that's more stylized and cool. It has nothing to do with what I said. What kind of argument is that? Stupid people that just have, like, that get defensive. That's all. How far is the end of human civilization? I don't know. It all comes down to climate change. That'll be the killer. All right, later, Enrica and Alexander. Bri has the USSR anthem as his ringtone. How'd you know? No, I'm right there with you, Laura. That shit annoys me, too. You love how stating a fact makes you a communist? It's true, it does. To kill Marauders quick is to dodge, use super shotgun. When hit, use ballista quick, rinse and repeat, Pariah. Tails Hugs, you know this is pre-recorded, right? This is from my first playthrough. I was still learning at the time. I know how to kill them now, yes. And actually, you can do it even faster than that. You can do super shotgun, ballista, blood punch. I know what I'm doing. This is from when I'm partway through the game. You'll see me take them out super fast later. Don't like capitalism, instantly communist. Hey, I never said I didn't like it. I said that it's gonna lead to the end of human civilization. Whether you like it or not, that's gonna happen. Unless something is done. Thoughts on Blood Blockade Battlefront? I've never heard of that before. What I haven't been doing a lot of in my gameplay, you're not going to see it really at all in any of this footage, is using the meat hook to, like, fling myself around the battlefield, because I had just never really thought about using it for that application, but I started watching videos on Doom Eternal because I'm all obsessed with this game now. I've been playing it a lot in my free time. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta start fucking grappling around, motherfucker. That's cool. When's S Telekinetic Man Wilds happening? You mean Monster Hunter Wilds? When I buy it. Which will be probably when it goes on sale. How will it end humanity? Please specify you're confused. It's very simple. Global warming is already, like, we're already past the point of no return. It's going to get very bad in future decades. But because of fossil fuel companies and their interest in making as much money as possible, they push back against pro-climate efforts, and if they succeed at doing that enough, then climate change is going to get so bad that we're going to end up in the Mad Max apocalypse. That's how. Lorax literally explains this exactly. So what you're saying is, what if we open portals to hell for an unlimited energy source? Yeah, that's a great solution. Actually, Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 are actually documents from the future. The hell on earth that we see in Doom Eternal, that's what's coming for us. Oh yeah, Rainyar. No, it's not worth it to argue with Sonic fans. Really, it's not worth it to argue with people a lot on the internet in general. Will you get to fight demons, though? No, you're not Doom Guy. Probably getting political. That's not political. I'm just talking about science. You hate Sonic fans, especially ones that wear white masks? Damn. Good thing I'm not a Sonic fan. See, I know how to deal with Marauders, and that's still not even as good as it could be. Oh yeah, and this is by the time I got the sword. The sword, I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of like an alternate BFG option. Like, if you don't need to kill everything, you just want one thing gone, you can delete it with that. But, I don't know. The BFG itself almost is kind of like, I don't know how I feel about those kind of get-out-of-jail-free cards of just like, make all the things be dead with no work. I mean, it's a super limited resource, so it's about, like, what is the good time to use it, and that is fun, but, you know, you can do any combat encounter without needing it, so it feels kind of like, I don't want to do this fun combat, so I'll just make it go away. The final boss of Doom 1 is instantly gone if you have BFG. When you say Doom 1, do you mean like OG Doom 1? Because I did not get to the final boss of that game. I only did the first episode, whatever they're called, and I was like, this game is boring. Have any thoughts on Doom 2016? I mean, I think that game is fantastic as well, but clearly Eternal is just better in every single way. It would probably be pretty hard to go back to Doom 2016 at this point. Have I ever played Sonic? That's like the Genesis game, right? No, I've never played one of those before. I heard they're pretty bad. Did my feet in Quake yet? Yes. I also thought that was boring. Yeah, pretty much alpha. I mean, it is pretty different than 2016, ultimately, because of how much more complex it is and all the extra mechanics and systems and the really big design changes. Like, they do have different feels to them. And I do actually feel that one thing 2016 has over this game is it has, like, a greater emphasis on, like, precise control of your movement. Like with the dashes in this game, it's much easier to get out of the way of the of attacks because you can just zoom out of the way really hard. Whereas in Doom 2016, without the dash, you need to like weave in between the enemy projectiles like really precisely. This game has less of that. So you know, 2016 still has something to offer, and it's still a really good game. I would recommend to anyone play 2016 first, then Eternal, because it might be rough going the other way around. Ideal Sonic fan game? Yeah, it's pretty much just Freedom Planet 2, essentially. Am I gonna play more FNAF? I was thinking about it. I might. I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't really care that much about FNAF. Like, we did the first three, and the first one was okay, and the second one was kind of fun, and the third one sucks. And, like, I looked at the other ones, and I'm like, eh, I don't know if I really care, to be honest. I can stream FNAF, but I also hate free money. I guess they do very well, that is true. Oh yeah, something I do constantly in this game is accidentally use the BFG when I don't want to. Either I don't have the Unmaker equipped, and I fire the BFG, or when I'm trying to switch to like the grenade launcher, I accidentally switch to the BFG and fire it immediately, and I'm like, whoopsies, I just wasted that. Yeah, I'm trying to. This is my first time encountering a Marauder since I got the sword, so I'm like, can I fucking sword fight with your ass? Unfortunately, you cannot. Are games the #1 thing I spend money on? No. That would be bills. I ever play the Gunvolt games? I played the first two and the first X game, and I thought they were awesome. I want to play the other ones. What about food? Well, yeah, I kind of consider food part of bills. What's Gunvolt? It is a Mega Man style game by Inti Creates. And it's super anime and like really fast paced and fun. Gunvolt is the best game I'll ever play. I mean, I've played Gunvolt and it's not the best game I've ever played, but it is awesome. Thoughts on Shovel Knight? Great. It's super anime. Okay, you won't play it then? That's fair, Varks. There literally is a mechanic in Gunvolt that when you die, there's a chance that a little anime girl will revive you and then sing an anime song to give you a power-up. That is not a joke. That is real. Holy Kino. See, I like it. And I like the fucking stupid anime song they sing. I think it's awesome. But that's because I like that shit. I better be joking? I am not joking. That is a real mechanic in the Gunvolt games. What's the issue with that? I got no issue with it, but people that don't like anime are gonna have a problem with that. I may have a GF, but I'm not beating the weeb incel allegations. I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, here's where you can see some of my controller, no aim assist precision as I shoot those makers in the head. I mean, I do miss sometimes, but generally I'm pretty on the mark. How do I have a girl? Well, she's also a weeb, so we mark out over anime girls together. What mode is this? This is just the campaign of Doom Eternal. Okay, come on. That was a hard shot. Am I gonna do a Doom video? You love the series so much? Yeah. The reason I played Doom 2016 and Eternal recently is because I want to do a video on all the new Doom games. It was originally going to be a video on all the Doom games, but then I tried to play the old ones and they were boring. Is my GF a robot? I wish. No, unfortunately, she's like a real human. Wasn't that lucky? One video each are combined? Probably just one video for all three of them. Which, now that I think about it, might end up being a really fucking long video, but whatever. When's 100% video? I have not been working on it, because it's intimidating. That video has been postponed until I feel like it. Don't wait up for it. Did Pariah find a smoking hot babe on top of a tower? Yeah, that's how I got a girlfriend, as I beat Jump King off stream. Is the GF a robot? Laura, Jessica, I already asked that. What's the 100% video? I have a video in the works talking about how 100%ing games sucks a lot of the time, and like all the missteps you see in a lot of games that make their 100% experience so miserable. But it's a really fucking long and big video, and I have to get a lot of footage for it, so I'm like, I don't wanna. Proof? Proof that I have a girlfriend? Fucking, what do you want? You're excited for that video? It's an interesting topic. Yeah, like I said, don't get too excited for it. It's gonna be a long time, probably. Am I gonna play every game that has 100% for that? Yes. That's why it's taken so long. I need to 100% every single video game ever made. And then, steal charity money. Shadow Generation's a fun 100% for the most part. I'd say the only problem with 100%ing that game is S-ranking the hard mode bosses, which is not fun, and hunting down those last few collectibles in the open world. Steal what now? Some people got the joke. Oh, you want proof that I beat Jump King? Wait, I didn't do that. That was a joke. I like those videos that play every single game in a console. I 100%ed every video game in existence, and now I'm dead. You gotta be back in Jump King. That game is fun. I kinda got tired of that game. It is grueling. I didn't 100% Blue Sphere. How do you know? I kept on playing until the game broke, until the seed generation system just stopped functioning. What's my favorite species of bird? Probably owls. Owls are cool. That's probably why I made one of my Sonic Riders characters an owl. Favorite Sonic character? Probably one of the guards in Soliana. The one where you gotta do, like, the Find the Captain minigame. That's definitely my favorite Sonic character, I think. What an iconic character. Do I think Samus's new red armor makes her look like a car? Red armor? What are you talking about? He has red armor? Pierre? Yeah, Pierre. Obviously, he's my favorite Sonic character. Her suit in Prime 4, she's red? Is she? She looked orange to me still. I might have to take a closer look sometime. Yeah, it's hard in this game to try to use everything. Because you kind of get, like, you get really comfortable with the things you use all the time. So, like, I don't switch weapon mods as much as I probably would like to. But there's just so many options. It's hard to think about everything that you could be doing at any given moment. Your favorite Sonic character, Pinto's dog? That's one of the side quests, right? Where you gotta find the kid's dog or whatever the fuck. That's fucking funny. Yeah, my favorite Sonic character is the Shoemaker from 06 at the beginning of the game. Love that guy. I wonder if he's gonna be in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I almost forgot what that game was called. I remembered it while I was saying it. Your favorite Sonic character is the gambling mother. What? How does that story arc go, by the way? It's like the little girl is worried about her mom's gambling addiction, and then what happens? Does she just, like, lose all their money, and the kid gets taken away by child services? Oh, I get a lot better at using that later on. The ballista wide beam thing. I don't know what anything is called in this game. 99% of gamblers quit before they win big. That's such a funny meme to me. I don't know why. I think that's hilarious. What's my ideal game just in general? I don't know. There's no, like, one perfect game. Games are, you know, abstract things. It could take any form. It's hard to say one video game that could satisfy everything that I'd ever want out of a game. Because I enjoy different things about different kinds of games. Except Outer Wilds. Well, that's not, like, the definitive game. I don't get, like, cool-ass, awesome action in Outer Wilds. It's a game that I like for different reasons. Okay, now we're into the DLC. This is where things really ramp up, and I get a lot better. Hey, Sammy. No, you're fine. Whatever. I'm supposed to play along with the bit. Sorry. Whoops. I'm a bad stream man. Am I doing Doom the Dark Ages when it comes out? I'm not going to stream it. I'm just going to play it on my own time. But I'll talk about it in a video. I want to do a video on all 3 of the new Dooms. How's it going? Going well. Can't complain. Exactly, Turtle. I mean, you see the shit that I'm doing in this gameplay? How many decisions I'm making all the time as I play? Weapon switching, dodging enemy attacks, choosing how to deal with whatever the fuck is in front of me. Movement, grenades, blood punch, chainsaw, flamethrower. There's too much shit at any given moment. If an action game includes a boss rush, how would I make it fun? I would make it so that you don't just fight the bosses like in the exact same way you did the first time. I would change up the fights in some way. Honestly, a thing I really like if you're gonna do like make you do refights with bosses is if the game could support it, make you fight multiple of them at the same time. Like instead of doing like if the game has like 6 bosses, don't fight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fight like 1 and 2 together, and then like 3 and 6 together, and then 4 and 5 together. Like that's way more fun. You know what's a game that did that? Transformers Devastation. If you go in the challenge mode, that game is so fucking cool. It's like, alright, you fought this one boss, now it's time to fight 5 bosses all at the same time. Now it's time to fight 10 bosses all at the same time, and it's awesome. What's the list of the next 5 games I'm gonna play soon? Well, Doom the Dark Ages will be next. I'm probably gonna play that through Game Pass, so I'll have Game Pass for a month, so I'll probably look at what's on there that I might want to play. I've been meaning to play Jedi Survivor for a long time. I think that's on there. So maybe that. I don't know. I'll just play whatever I want. Are you asking because you want to know when I'm going to get to Mega Man? Because I don't know. I'll do it when I feel like it. Also, Mario Kart, theoretically, if I could get a Switch 2, which I don't know if I'll be able to. I'm probably not going to get a Switch 2 at launch. I have not gotten any emails from Nintendo yet about my pre-order. Am I buying Xbox's totally cool new console? No. I sold the Xbox I had. I don't have an Xbox One anymore. Are the new Xbox or the new Star Wars games even good? Lightsabers not being able to cut people is a deal breaker for you. Metal Gear Rising had that like 13 years ago. I mean, honestly, I don't fucking care. As long as the gameplay is good, which it is. No more Blink streams then? Unfortunately, no. Imagine buying an Xbox console after the 360. I bought the Xbox One at launch because I wanted Gears of War and Killer Instinct. Those were the things that made me buy it. And then I got a PC, and that was the end of that. Favorite falling block puzzle game? Tetris. Which version of Tetris? The one I've played the most is Tetris Effect. Oh, here we go. Here's the double Marauder fight. Yeah, now I know how to fight these things pretty decently. Hold on, still getting my ass kicked. Boom, look at that. One down already. What was that, like 10 seconds? They spoiled this in the trailer. Well, I didn't watch any of the trailers, because I don't watch trailers for games that I know I'm gonna buy. I didn't even know about the Marauder. I heard people talking about, like, some enemy in this game that's, like, super infamous, and I did not know why or what or who or how. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Marauders ain't that bad. I mean, they're bad. They're fucking tough-ass enemies, but you can figure them out. Especially when you get the hammer in DLC 2. Then they're nothing. It's a bit, the hammer's a bit overpowered. Ever planning to make a Castle Crasher stream? Maybe. There is that, like, remaster of it coming out. Maybe when that comes out. Possibly. The hammer trivializes them? Yeah. Do I have Puyo Puyo Tetris? I don't. I don't really like Puyo Puyo. Mostly just because I'm stupid. If I was less stupid, I'd be able to play it. Thoughts on melee combat in any shooter? I find first-person melee combat to be very clunky most of the time. But there are ways to make it work. Not a first-person shooter, but Vanquish has quite a bit of melee in it, and it's pretty sick. What is the worst Zelda dungeon, in my opinion? All of the dungeons from Zelda 2. Specifically, probably the final dungeon of Zelda 2. I never beat the boss of Chemical Planet Mania. My GF had to do it for me. No, they make that super fucking easy. It's just like a cool thing, but they know. Those aren't dungeons, those are palaces. Yeah, well, they're not fucking dungeons in Ocarina of Time either. They're temples. Shut up. Prize Halloween costume is a copy of Zelda 2. That is pretty terrifying. You want to play this game now? I know, like, this is the shit. And the DLC, they're like, alright, it's gonna be fucking insane. And there's even more difficult, crazy stuff in this in the master levels, which I've yet to play. But, like, you need to be going so hard to play this game well. And this is just to survive. I mean, I am playing on the hardest difficulty. You can probably get away with much lazier, worse play on the lower difficulties, but this shit is crazy. I love it. What is the poopy trinity of games that I played in my life? You mean like a bad trilogy? You know, Jak and Daxter was a trilogy that I really liked as a kid. And then I realized, oh, only the first one is good, and the other two are really bad. Oh, just top 3 worst games? Last Guardian, Uncharted, Zelda 2, maybe Sonic Lost World. I don't fucking know. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about games I hate. Oh yeah, this. This is the hardest encounter I've done so far. This took me fucking like 3 hours to do. This is super fucking difficult. See, and this is what I'm talking about, where like people are like, the game's too like restrictive in its combat design. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Let me tell you, it took me a while to figure out effective strategies to deal with all this shit. Because there was a lot of experimentation. This game looks too chaotic for you? Fair! It is extremely chaotic. It's nuts. I don't blame anyone for not playing this. Like, I legitimately do not think I would recommend this game to most people. I would really only recommend it to, like, action game nuts. I mean, I don't know how well it is on lower difficulties. Maybe it's fine. Is this footage from console or PC? Well, it's PC, but I am using a controller. You can see the buttons on the bottom right. Controller buttons, yeah. I play on controller. More comfortable for me. I never played on normal? No, because I played Doom 2016 right before this, and on my first playthrough of that, I did it on Ultra Violence. So I was like, okay, well, on my next playthrough, I'm going to do it on Nightmare. And I'm like, well, I just played 2016 on Nightmare, so fuck it, let's just go Nightmare on Doom Eternal. So yeah, my first playthrough, I played on Nightmare. And I'm glad I did. I think it works really well. If you're like, you know, a crazy, experienced action game player, probably wouldn't recommend it for most people to start on Nightmare. Ultra Nightmare when? I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that. Any thoughts on buff totems? They're fine. I think they're fun. One reason might be there are a lot more hardcore FPS players in the West than any other genre. That is actually a good point, Super Crim. Shooters is like the one genre of game where you actually can be pretty hardcore because competitive shooters are such a big thing, so there is a larger market of competitive shooter fans compared to like melee action games. Is it playable with a controller? I mean, I'm doing it. Does a game make fun of you when you choose a lower difficulty? No, it doesn't. How do y'all feel about a game making fun of you for going down to a lower difficulty? Like, on one hand, you probably shouldn't make fun of the player and make them feel bad for what they're doing. On the other hand, I think it's really funny, and in a way, I think it is like a motivator to get players to not go down on a lower difficulty and try to rise to the occasion, which they might end up having more fun that way if they feel insulted by the game and they go, fuck you, game, I'm gonna stay on the same difficulty, and then they beat it, then it's like, yeah! Like, I think that makes you feel good about yourself. I like how Another Crab's Treasure easy mode is just a gun. Yeah. Well, that's not even an easy mode. That's just like a win the game for free mode. The only time is when DMC3 congratulates you for unlocking easy mode. Yeah. That's true, Optimus, though. Yeah. Depends on the tone of the game, I suppose. See, I think the right way to do easy mode is something like funky mode in Tropical Freeze on Switch. Because, like, Funky Kong is not just, like, an easier way to play the game. It also, like, opens up new opportunities for advanced players to take advantage of. Like, I think that's awesome. Like, give me a reason as a good player to play easy mode because it lets me do shit I can't normally do. Like, I think that's actually cool. Godhand does make fun of you with easy mode. I mean, Godhand makes fun of you no matter what, but yes, it does make fun of you for going down to easy. And it has dynamic difficulty, so the game says, you're sucking right now, the game's getting easier. How are you gonna get me to do Ultra Nightmare and Doom Eternal? I'm not doing that. Look, Doom Eternal comes out in like 5 days. I don't have time. How about my least favorite dungeon excluding Zelda 1 and 2? Why are we excluding Zelda 1? That wouldn't even be on the list. Zelda 1 has great dungeons. Oh yeah, this is where I got stuck for a bit because I wasn't finding the possessed, I think it's a Cyber Mancubus. Because the way this game's combat flow works is actually kind of interesting. Enemies will keep spawning indefinitely because they're kind of just like the support enemies. Killing them doesn't actually progress the fight. They're like marked like important enemies, and to progress and win the fight, you have to kill all of those. Killing these guys, they're just gonna keep respawning. You like characters in Freedom Planet has the same difficulty with just completely different movesets. Well, also, by virtue of like the different movesets, the characters do kind of become different difficulties. In Freedom Planet, like, Mila is way easier than the other characters, and I think Carol is the hardest character. In Freedom Planet 1, I think Nira is probably the hardest in 2. And I think that's cool, you know, it's like, you know, it's like Sonic, OG Sonic 3 shit. The movesets are what make it easier or more difficult. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good way to do it, because you still get to do cool shit with the character movesets no matter what. So you have a reason to play all the difficulties. Have I played the Burnout games? I have. I don't really think they're that great, honestly. Like, they're cool, but they're pretty, like, basic, ultimately. After playing, like, Crash Team Racing, I just can't with Burnout. It's not enough. Not enough engagement, not enough gameplay. Have I played Wolfenstein? No, I've never played any of the Wolfenstein games. I've heard people like those new ones, but they don't really look like anything special to me. Definitely could be a video just saying how to make good difficulty selections. I've thought about it, Bakey Boy. Yeah, using new funky mode as like the prime example of how to do easy mode right. You feel like I'm avoiding your question? Please answer. I don't even know what your question is. I don't read everything. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff coming through. And I don't try to just like get to every single thing, because then I would have to like rush through answers. It'd be like, oh, what do you think of this? I think that. Next question. Like, I want to be a human being and engage in conversation with people, so that means I miss stuff. I'm sorry. When you see videos of me play Crash games, I play as Coco. Why is that? 'Cause she's cute. What more reason do you need? Alright, is the Zelda one, dungeon one? Oh yeah, sorry, I just forgot. I get caught up in the other conversation. I don't know. Where's dungeon besides Zelda 1 and 2? Probably something from the Oracle games. I felt that those dragged on. I don't remember. I don't have these fucking ranked lists of every single opinion I have in my entire life in my head. I'm sorry. That's why we had to do a whole fucking tier list so people would stop asking me what my favorite Sonic soundtrack is, because I didn't have the answer for it. Hey, Clinton. What's up? What's my opinion on real life? You know, it's okay. Like a 6 out of 10. Dude, look at that fucking Marauder. Done. When's the dungeon tier list dropping? That's probably a thing, right? Someone out there somewhere has made a YouTube video that's 3.5 hours long, ranking every dungeon of every Zelda game. What do I think about the new difficulty slider settings in Doom the Dark Ages? I think that's cool. I've played games that do that before, like Last of Us Part 2. Like, when I did my first playthrough, I was fucking around with those sliders, because, like, the game's too easy. Crank that shit up. Then I was like, okay, now it's too hard. Just give me a little more ammo, please. That's all I ask for. So I kind of like that stuff, being able to tune the game difficulty to exactly what you want. Found a video for it being 40 minutes. Okay. That's actually really impressive. That's like less than a minute per dungeon, because there's definitely more than 40 dungeons across all of Zelda. When will I play Thousand Year Door? I don't know. When I do. Am I using aim assist? No. I turn off aim assist in single-player shooters on controller. I prefer to just do it myself. Would a 3D Freedom Planet game be good? What does it depend on? I don't know, but I trust Galaxy Trail that they can do awesome shit. For opinions tier list, SA2 and S tier. That would be a funny video. How hot are my takes? SA2 isn't that good. Sonic Forces isn't that bad. Sekiro is easy. You all just suck. Don't like pizza. Do I use gyro to aim? When it's available, but I'm playing with an Xbox controller in this gameplay. One day I'll be a freak and turn off aim assist online. I've tried it, Optimist, though. The thing is, when other players are using aim assist, all you're doing is giving yourself a massive disadvantage, and it really comes through in the performance. So I do keep it on for multiplayer games. Lost World is atrocious. S+. I dislike cheese. F-. Yeah, Sekiro is easy. Thank you. Finally someone said it. Yeah. I thought that Sekiro was, like, easy. Not even just not that hard. I thought it was easy. There are only 3 things in Sekiro that took me more than 3 tries to beat. Oh, another controversial opinion. I don't like Amy being an action character. Where does that go? Is that's like an A tier opinion, maybe? And like how hot it is on that rating? How did I tell my family that I don't like pizza? Well, I ate some pizza and I was like, ew. Oh god, here's the possessed Marauder. This motherfucker is a nightmare. This fight took me fucking forever as well because of him. The FromSoft games you played weren't that hard? I mean, for the most part, I don't think the FromSoft games are like ultra super duper crazy hard. The hardest ones are probably Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. Those are pretty tough at points. But like Dark Souls 1 is not like that bad, and like Elden Ring and Demon Souls I don't think are very difficult really. I mean, Elden Ring gets difficult, but in like a fucking bullshit annoying way. I don't know about y'all, but when I play Souls games, I generally don't like to use summons for the bosses, because I'd rather just get good and fight the boss myself. But there's a lot of shit in Elden Ring that I was like, fuck this, and I used the like, mimic ghost summon thing, and that just completely trivializes the fights. Yeah, same thing, Alpha. The DLC bosses in Bloodborne kicked my... Ludwig took me like 4 hours to beat, maybe 5. It was fucking crazy. It was the most easy game I've played. I don't fucking know. Some kids game, probably. Pajama Sam. That's pretty easy. You only used it for the Godskin duo? I think I did that fight on my own. I don't remember. I definitely used it for some of those fucking duo knight fights. You know, I forget what they're called. The knights with the fucking wings that are annoying as shit. When you fight 2 of them at a couple of points, I'm like, fuck that. Who the hell plays Pajama Sam? Pajama Sam was one of my favorite games when I was a little kid. How dare you? Dude, this fucking possessed Marauder is still alive. Fucking Christ. Oh god, out of ammo. Have I ever experienced being carried in an online game? Yeah. Definitely. I've had bad performances in online games all the time. Especially when you're new at a game and you don't know how to play it. That's gonna happen. What's wrong with him? He's fucking hard. He's fast and he does a lot of damage and kick your ass. Because when an enemy is possessed in this game and they have that blue glow around them, they're like way more powerful and they can't get stunned and they're immune to all the status effects and shit. And they're a nightmare. And the Marauder is like the toughest enemy in the game, arguably. Did I ever blush while being carried? When I was being princess carried? It was pretty doki doki, I must say. Base Mario is more fun than any power-up. I like the squirrel suit in Mario U. I think that's a fun power-up to use. But generally, yeah, I think power-up design in Mario is a bit questionable in my opinion. God, this game is so much fun. Look at this fucking shit I'm doing. Kokoro was going crazy. What a bunch of dorks. Catsuit is peak though? Eh, I'm not really in love with the catsuit. I think it's like really overly dominant. What's my least favorite Doom game? It's probably Doom 3. Doom 3 is just Dead Space, but bad. If you want to play Doom 3, just play Dead Space. Alright, later, Hendister. Thanks for lurking. If you want to play Doom 3, play Doom 64? I did. I didn't really like that either. That just... OG Doom classic style... It just didn't do it for me. Maybe I was missing something. I did watch a video about Doom Eternal, where someone was comparing a lot to classic Doom, and they were talking about how cool those games are, so maybe I should revisit them. But I recently revisited them, and I still thought they were boring. Alright, later, Grim Jim. Oh, hey, Caleb. Telekinetic Man, what's up? Doing some Doom Eternal, just footage, because you can't fucking read chat while playing this game. This is all from my first playthrough. What's my preferred version of chat? Is it horny chat, crazy chat, chill chat? Honestly, anything that's not Sonic chat is good to me. What are my thoughts on the bubble flower from Mario Wonder? It's cool. I like that one. What about Sophie chat? Sophie chat is fun. You causing fucking havoc. I don't mind it. What did Sonic chat do to you? Go watch the stream I did of the Sonic Unleashed recompiled. That was an awful stream. The chat there was really goddamn annoying. Because it brought back all the Sonic fans, and it was a nightmare. By the way, you see that fucking shot in the air, turning around, getting the headshot? Fuck you, I can't fucking play a controller with no aim assist in Doom. You prefer Sonic chat over sexual harassment chat, but that's just you? Sorry, Rainier, have you felt that way in the past? If anything like that has happened, I'm sorry. Definitely, we should not be letting that slide. Quickscoping, bro. I can't do that if you don't have a GF. Yeah, that's how that works. That's how you get a girlfriend, actually. Sick-ass quickscope 360s in video games. You thought playing Sonic would get you a GF? Why on earth would it do that? It'd do the opposite. You're half joking? Only half, though? Well, I'm still full sorry. And seriously, if you ever feel uncomfortable, please speak up. And I'll have the moderators deal with the problem. What is the game I played that scared me the most? Well, I'm a huge bitch, so I get scared by fucking anything. See, the thing is, usually when a game scares me too much, I stop playing it because it's scary. Like Amnesia, The Dark Descent, I'd turn that off. Because I'm like, this is too fucking scary, I can't play this. Yeah, I haven't tried Horde mode yet, Telekinetic Man. Does that have, like, a score thing? Like, does it record, I think it has a high score to aim for, right? Jump scares are your kryptonite? See, jump scares actually aren't that big of a problem for me. It's more so, like, creepy atmosphere is what fucks me up in a game. It has scores? Damn. Telekinetic Man. Doom Eternal competitive score attack horde mode stream? And maybe some battle mode? I mean, you've played this game a shit ton more than I have. I'm still going through it for the first time. So you'll probably kick my ass, but it'd be fun anyway. You had an accident when you were 6, so you can't deal with some stuff? Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Sophie. That's very unfortunate. Oh, this is one of my favorite combat encounters. I think my performance here is really cool. I think it plays out well. This is DLC too, which apparently a lot of people don't like. And I kind of get it, because there's some stuff in there that's like kind of not super amazing in terms of design. But I still think there's a lot of good encounters in it. You were just running around screaming for possessed demons. I mean, possessed demons will fuck you up. I don't blame you. I mean, hey, I've not even played it, so maybe you're already practiced up enough. Oh yeah, for DLC 2, I went out of my way to try using the weapon mods that I don't use as much. Like, I was using the shield a lot for the minigun, but I forgot, like, the mobile turret is so fucking powerful. Really good. You had 5 to 10 extra lives in the last encounter and still lost? Damn. Well, maybe I gave myself some, like, hard mode training because I stopped using extra lives after, like, the 3rd level of the game. So I am, like, fucking primed up for just don't die. Minigun shield can be a lifesaver? Oh yeah, I know I use that shit all the time, but the damage output on the mobile turret is definitely a lot higher. I don't give a fuck if you have plasma or not when they spawn spirits. Wait, if you don't have the microwave gun, then how do you deal with spirits? You can't kill them. Best retro throwback game? I don't know, there's a shit ton of them these days. They're just gonna have an invasion system. That's cool, but I agree with not doing that, because the encounters are so, like, precisely designed. I wouldn't want, like, a random factor like that fucking you up. The Dream Team stream is so awful for you? I don't remember how that one went. Give you a random indie game recommendation, first game that comes to mind. Play The Messenger. That's a cool game. Really funny. It actually has really good writing. Like, at first I was like, yeah, whatever, you fucking 8-bit NES style game, you're gonna try to have a story. I don't give a fuck. But then, like, you keep on, like, reading, and it's like, hold on. This is actually pretty funny. And it gets, like, really good and compelling. And it's a solid, like, game. It's a really fun platformer. God, I love Doom Hunters. They're so much fun to fight. Feel like NES Ninja Gaidens? No, actually. Yeah, they started putting those grapple points in DLC too. So much fucking fun. I gotta start, like, grappling around with the enemies more. Doom Hunters are one of your favorites? They are my favorite demon. I think they're just great. Look at that fucking bunny hopping to charge the blade thing. So sick. You normally can't move very much while you're charging that, but you can bunny hop to keep your speed. Oh yeah, and this is one of those optional challenges. This is also pretty tough. You love my channel a lot more now that it's not Sonic? As do I. Unfortunately, the YouTube algorithm does not. But whatever. Doom is more important than your mother. Yeah, Mother's Day is tomorrow for me here over in the States. After the stream, I'm probably just gonna load up some more Doom Eternal. Do those master levels. Oh yeah, we got the hammer now, which is a little overpowered. You'll see when Marauders spawn. When asked about my videos during Sonic era, I said they were mediocre. You wonder why I felt more positive since then? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of my recent videos have been pretty decent. I'm very happy with the Wind Waker and Hero of Time videos. Like, I really like the Cloud Built and CTR videos. The videos where I just highlight a bunch of cool games. They don't get views, unfortunately, but I've been very happy with how my videos have been turning out lately. Sometimes you play games, you open my Sonic videos just to have some background noise. Yeah, I asked about that earlier, how many people watch my videos on, like, repeat or whatever. Yeah, I'm very excited to try the master levels. Let's see what they got. Doom plus another discussion could help. I do actually have an idea for another discussion video. One that'd be pretty quick to make, so I might do that next week, possibly. Because Dark Ages still needs to come out, and then I need to play through all of that, and that's going to be probably a bit. So it'll be a while until that video, so I want to have something in the meantime if I can. Will I cover Crossworlds or just forget about Sonic? I don't know. Like, if it wasn't for the whole YouTube thing, I would definitely not buy it and not play it. I just don't care. It looks like fine, but I'm not really that interested. Maybe I would do stream, maybe video, possibly, but I don't know. Probably not. You rewatch my videos before you play a Sonic game so you know all the awesome stuff you would do. That's kind of one of the goals I have on my channel, of like, hey, this fucking cool action game, here's all the sick shit you can do in it. So that way when you play it, you already know all the cool stuff and you can fucking do the high-level advanced master shit right away. Because, unfortunately, a lot of games don't do a good job of explaining this shit to you, except this game. I think this game actually does a great job of teaching you a lot of the important stuff. It doesn't teach you, like, the advanced stuff, like bunny hopping and using the meat hook to throw yourself around. But it teaches you, like, a lot of the important stuff. Like, there's a fucking tutorial for, like, quick weapon switching to skip, like, reload animations. Like, damn, I have never seen a game tutorialize that, ever. That's awesome. The Unleashed Recompiled stream showed us that a Sonic stream is not a good idea. That's true. I was thinking about possibly streaming the Sonic Rumble thing when that comes out, because it's free to play, so why not? But yeah, that would probably be an annoying fucking stream, wouldn't it? Do I regret making the Sonic Was Good series, or am I proud of what I did? No, I don't regret it. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got all that out. It was something that I just wanted to do for my own sake. Like, I was doing it for several months before there were any views on it, because I just wanted to. You know, had I not done that, then my channel would just be nowhere in general. So I might have lost the Sonic viewership, but I would have no viewership if not for it, so gave me a head start. Yeah. Gave me a head start on, like, views for other things. Yeah, Telekinetic Man. I was talking earlier about how I like how this game tutorializes stuff. It doesn't waste your time teaching you things that it doesn't need to teach you that you can figure out on your own. And when it does have something to tell you, it tells you in, like, super efficient, really quick ways where it's just like, boom, here's the info. Here's a new enemy type, here's their weakness. Alright, go. You know? Really, really good. Timing your messages in live chats is the worst thing ever. Yeah, that's the game that you have to play in the Pariah chat, is trying to time your message at just the right moment, so that way I'll read it and respond to it. When's he gonna be done talking about this current conversation topic? When's he gonna look at the chat again and respond to something? You gotta try to feel it out based on how I'm talking. When am I gonna be done? And when am I gonna read the next message? Your favorite game of all time, to be honest. When is the day when Pariah finally decides to sever his bond with Sonic on a live stream? I mean, I'm still a Sonic fan. I'll still be there for new Sonic stuff. But, like, new Sonic stuff that I care about, and I really don't care about Crossworlds. You're always off by a few seconds. This game sucks. Yeah, that's something I want to talk about, actually, Telekinetic Man, when I do the video, is that, like, a lot of games, and especially, like, difficult action games, a lot of, like, the challenge and the gameplay comes from, like, learning how to beat the thing, you know? Like, in a Souls game, you'll die and die and die to a boss as you learn their attacks and how they work. And then once you learn, that's when you can beat them. But then, like, on replays, Souls bosses aren't really that hard to beat because you know how to beat them, so you can usually do it without that much trouble. Whereas Doom Eternal, the game assumes you know how to play it. The challenge is not learning how to beat the enemies. The challenge is doing it, which I really, really like. Because it gives it way more replay value. You can just do the exact same combat encounter over and over, and you'll play it differently, and you'll approach things differently, and it will still be hard. Like, I went back to, like, the 3rd level in the game for collectibles after I was way further in, and I got my ass kicked by some of those encounters still, even though I was way more powerful with upgrades and weapons and shit, because it was just still a hard fight. God, this game is so awesome. This game's definitely easier on keyboard. I'm sure it is, but I'm fine. Hey, that just adds extra difficulty. I'm fine with that. Am I watching Evo Japan tonight? No. I didn't know Evo Japan was going on, to be honest. I don't really follow fighting game tournaments that much. I'm not really much of a competitive scene kind of person with any kind of game. Esports or tournaments, FGC stuff. I just like to play the games. I've watched a little bit of competitive. Like, when I was really into KI, I would watch, like, Combo Breaker and the KI World Cup, but that was, like... That was my fighting game. These days, I don't really have, like, my fighting game as much. Closest would be Strive. That's the one I've been playing most. But, I'm not as into fighting games as I used to be. Mostly because none of my friends play them anymore. Remember the time when it was hard to predict when I'd look at chat while playing a high-speed game? Well, I mean, if I tried to play this on stream, I just wouldn't be able to at all. You remember being disappointed at the big tutorial pop-ups because they're kind of awkward, but it's also kind of mandatory? No, I think that those are fine. They don't waste your time. They have a nice little video to just show you exactly what it is, and they convey the information really efficiently. There's not like a bunch of pointless text in there. It's like, here's the weak spot. Use this weapon. There you go. There's a video showing how it works. Do it. Like, when it comes to, like, things that just you're not going to be able to know without looking it up, I think that's a great way to tutorialize that sort of thing. People don't like to read, but people do watch videos. So if you put a video in front of their face that says, here's how this works, people will pay attention. Yeah, I saw you were playing Telekinetic Man, some Strive. That's cool. We'll play some on stream at some point. Go up against the viewers, see what you all got. See how you do against my Potemkin. My Potemkin's not even my main, but I've just been having so much fun with him lately. My main is Leo. I got Leo, Axel, and Potemkin as my most recent pickup. I really want to start playing Abba, because... honestly, I just love the character. Like, Abba is fucking so funny and cute. Her animations are great. Aren't I playing the game right now? No, this is pre-recorded, Captain Bravo. I could not play this live on stream, unless you did not want me to read chat or talk at all. Because this requires so much concentration to play. You know, I hear people don't like Archviles. Like, people hate them. They're, like, so fucking annoying. I don't think they're that bad, honestly. Obviously, them summoning shit is annoying, but, the enemies themselves, I don't think are that bad. Yeah, exactly, Telekinetic Man. I would love to stream it, but that would not go well at all. So you don't like natural tutorials where you learn by playing, just waste time, makes you do tedious, repetitive tasks before you're allowed to play for real? Yeah, that's one of the things I like about this game, is by assuming you know how to play, they're just like, okay, something you don't know, here it is. Now you know, now play. And, you know, as someone, again, board games, those, it's like, the only way to play them is to learn all the rules before you even play, because you're the one that has to make the game work. So you need to read the manual and learn the game before you can even start playing. And obviously, if you can avoid that in a video game, people don't want to fucking sit there and read for 5 minutes. But it's not that bad. A little bit of reading, just to make sure you know what's going on, I think is fine. Well, Telekinetic Man, yeah, that's a weird complaint because that's like all the big enemies. Like, a big part of like the combat puzzle is prioritizing targets, taking out the biggest problems first, so they're out of your way. Like, that's how it is. It's just the Marauder is an ultra-high priority enemy that you need to deal with. But the fact that he requires counterattacking him most of the time means that you can't just, like, sit there and fight him because you're gonna get attacked by everything else. So you can't just prioritize him, and that's where the challenge comes from. It's, like, trying to kill the Marauder while fighting everything else at the same time. Like, that's what makes it so cool. That's why spirits are so fun. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, fucking prioritize the spirit, kill that thing. Other times, I'm like, I'll worry about that later. I'm just gonna run away from it while I fight everything else. This fight is really tough, this combat encounter. Yeah, it's maybe just because I'm like me, and I'm like a crazy hardcore weirdo that wants it as hard as it can be. My only real major criticisms with this game is sometimes a little bit of balancing stuff. Like, the hammer's a bit overpowered. Even the sword, I'm like, BFG too. I'm like, just having a delete the enemies button is kind of like a cop-out. And yeah, some of the encounters in DLC 2 being pretty easy. Like, DLC 2 being a ramp down in difficulty from DLC 1 is kind of weird, because DLC 1 just felt like a natural progression of Doom Eternal, just like off of the last level, now up to the next level of challenge. But then it's like, okay, but now back down, and that's kind of weird. But I guess that's what master levels are for. Oh yeah, Telekinetic Man, that does happen too sometimes, where you get like caught on stuff and you don't know what's happening. Yeah, sometimes that happens a little bit. That to me is not like the biggest problem in the world, though. Chainsaw is the best delete enemy button. Well, Chainsaw has a lot of, like, good consideration that needs to go into it. Oh, yeah, here's Marauders with the hammer. Like, look at that. Killed instantly. Like, that's kind of lame. That just deletes that enemy from the combat, you know? But yeah, the Chainsaw, I think, is, like, a really good delete enemy button because it can only delete one at a time. And there's, like, a consideration between, like, do you want to use 3 charges to take out 3 weak enemies for ammo, or do you want to use 1 big charge to take out a bigger enemy so they're gone? Like, that I like. That decision-making is good. And you still do get that with the delete enemy things. Like, with the BFG, you get such rare ammo that you want to really, find the best moment to use the BFG where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. Similar with the sword and the Unmaker. But the Unmaker I like more, because it's not just like, this thing is gone now. It is a weapon that's just super powerful. Come on, bitch. And he's dead. You like to hammer over the sword because it's not just a delete button? Yeah. Because the thing about those delete buttons is, like, you don't need them. You're powerful enough to handle any encounter in the game without the delete button. So it just kind of feels like, I don't feel like playing this part of the fight button, which is not how I feel because I love the combat. Have you seen Warhammer Bolt Gun? Yeah, I've seen that. It looks okay. Like I've said in the past, I'm not like the hugest on arena shooters, so I'd have to look at it more. Like obviously this is like a, you know, boomer shooter or whatever, but it's really different. Like it's super fucking complex. It has so much to it that it really stands out differently from other ones. Oh, I've not really had an issue with that telekinetic, man. Blood Punch and Glory Kills have always worked for me pretty consistently. This fucking thing. These enemies possessed are the biggest fucking pain in the ass because they're already super fast. When they're possessed, it's like impossible to get it off your back. And this is an example of me just like wanting to run away from the possessed enemy and deal with other stuff, but you just can't with this fucking thing. It's so annoying. You like the race car HUD? Yeah, that... At first I was like, wow, there's a lot of shit on the screen, but when you're playing, it's like, oh my god, it's so helpful to have all the information just right there by your reticle. So good. I think this is the last fight, by the way. So I might call the stream after this, because I don't have anything else. I didn't include, like, every single fight from the game. Just, like, a lot of the cool ones. A lot of the more fun fights. And we've been here for, what, almost 3 hours? Yeah. This footage really wants you make you play Eternal? Yeah, I mean, this is my most recent footage. This is from a couple days ago when I've gotten pretty good at the game by now, and you get all the tools, and it's just fucking crazy. This game is so awesome. Telekinetic, man, I'm with you, but I think that's that way because on a controller, you're out of buttons. There are no more buttons to press. Well, I guess now that I think about it, there are only 2 grenade types, and you have the grenade button and then the switch grenade button. You could just make that grenade 1 and grenade 2. So, yeah, actually, never mind. I can't imagine playing this on controller, you'd explode. I find it more comfortable. I like weapon switching with the right bumper and the right stick. I think that works really well. As you can see, I can do it super fucking fast. What are my thoughts on Mario Kart World? Am I excited? Yeah, it looks good. I hope I can get it at launch, but I probably won't be able to. What am I going to stream next? Or what am I going to stream next? I don't know. I have to think about it. I haven't decided. Sophie, you try to fucking talk about my girlfriend again. Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess it was to be expected. Oh yeah, I left this one cutscene in on this footage because this is a good thing I like in action games when the cool shit that your character does in the cutscenes is the same shit that you do in the gameplay. Like it's not like, oh man, isn't he so cool? It's like, no, that's normal. You can do that all the time. Do I plan on getting Doom Dark Ages first day? Yeah, I'm probably going to play it on Game Pass. Yeah, that's the kind of shit I need to do more of in my gameplay. Yep. And there we go. That is my Doom Eternal gameplay of where I'm at right now. Pretty fucking sick. I love that game. Mario Kart World is expensive. What will I play? Rat Race or Crossworlds? Well, the price isn't necessarily the issue for me with Mario Kart World. It's that I didn't get a Switch 2. Yeah, telekinetic, man. I mean, I just don't give a flying fuck about the story or the lore whatsoever in these games. So them talking about all this crap of the Makers and the Sentinels and all this shit, I just don't fucking care. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna stream again or what I'm gonna stream again. Oh, hey, Cancer, you just got back. Sorry. Thank you for the donation. You really stayed the whole 3 hours? Hey, it's a good time. Sick gameplay, I hope. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Go play Doom Eternal. It's the best shooter ever. Stream tomorrow for no reason? Tomorrow I'm gonna be playing Doom Eternal. You're gonna play Doom now? Am I happy? Yes. My desire to recommend awesome games is still being fulfilled, which is good. So yeah, I might have a video next week at some point. And then after that I'll be doing the Dark Ages and the new Doom Trilogy video, which will probably be really long, so that might take a while. Yeah, and maybe I'll stream next weekend or something. I've been thinking about moving the streams over to weekends instead of doing it during the week, so that might start to become the norm going forward. I don't know, we'll see. As always, I just do whatever I want by my whims and don't listen to what I say because my plans are probably going to change later tonight. But that's where I'm at right now. Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. It was a fun time. Doom. It's cool. I like it. Bye.